All right, welcome to this step-by-step explainer. Today, we're tackling a super practical challenge, bridging a legacy variable air volume or VAV box to a modern IP network using the NewroCon gateway. Specifically, we'll be focusing exclusively on the VAV sample configuration that you'd find on pages 40 to 42 of the user manual. If you're a technical pro wanting to hook up field-level devices to modern automation systems seamlessly, you are absolutely in the right place.
So, here is our game plan for today. We'll look at the VAV configuration goal, set up gateway mode, configure the BACnet MSTP client, create our BACnet objects, tackle the BACnet IP server setup, and finally apply those final settings. Basically, we're going to take raw datasheet info and turn it into a live working network config. Let's jump right in.
Section 1. The VAV configuration goal. Let's establish exactly what problem we're solving today.
Okay, so the core of what the NewroCon device does here is operate in gateway mode. You can kind of think of gateway mode as a universal translator. We're actively converting data between totally different protocols. Specifically, our routing path today means we're grabbing localized BACnet MSTP data from the field side, our client, and transforming it into network-wide BACnet IP data on the server side. That routing path is the foundation for literally everything we're about to do.
Now, to pull this off, we need a map, right? And the manufacturer's datasheet is exactly that. As we focus on the sample configuration from pages 40 to 42 of the manual, remember that you simply can't guess these values. The software needs to know exactly how to speak to the hardware, so this annotated datasheet is going to be our best friend.
If we zoom in on that datasheet, we can pull out the exact ingredients we need. Look at this. Our device ID is 23. And for one of the main functions, the damper position, the object name is damp_pos. The object type is AI, which stands for analog input, and its specific object ID is 2. Keep these specific data points in the back of your mind, because this is exactly what we're going to plug into the web interface in just a minute.
Moving right along to Section 2, setting up gateway mode. Time to hop into the NewroCon software and get our top-level routing going.
The beauty of this interface is that you access it right through your web browser. No clunky software installs to worry about. First thing you're going to do is open Converter Settings on the left-hand navigation menu. From the Converter Type dropdown, you'll select Gateway. Next, we have to define the network topology. So we set the server side to BACnet IP, and to wrap this step up, we set the client side, our local field side, to BACnet MSTP.
Notice how visually intuitive this is? Once you've got Gateway, BACnet IP, and BACnet MSTP all dialed in from those dropdowns, the system actually builds a visual topology right in the center of the screen. It confirms for sure that your data is going to flow straight from the serial port into your LAN network. All right, Section 3, BACnet MSTP client configuration. Let's move down the hierarchy and configure the side that actually talks to our VAV box.
Because we just set up those converter settings, the left-hand menu actually dynamically updates for us. Pretty neat. Now you're going to open Protocol Settings and then click right into Port 2 MSTP settings. This is where we use that datasheet info from earlier. Under Add Device, give it a name. We'll just use VAV23 to keep things simple and easy to spot. Then, and this is absolutely crucial, enter that device ID, 23. Click Add, and you're good.
And boom, there is our first micro-victory. You can clearly see the VAV23 device has been added to our MSTP device list. But if you look closely at the object config column, you'll spot the word pending in red. Basically, this means our device container exists, but it's completely empty. It doesn't have any specific readable or writable points yet, so we need to fix that. Which brings us perfectly to Section 4, creating BACnet objects. Let's populate that empty client device we just made. Okay. Remember that anchor data we pulled from the manual? This is where it goes. Under the BACnet MSTP device configuration section, just verify that VAV23 is actually selected. Then, look for the Add Device Objects area. We'll grab the object type AI from the dropdown, type in damp_pos for the object name, and drop a 2 in the object ID box. Hit Add, and that specific point is officially mapped. Simple as that. Honestly, watching this build out is super satisfying. If you compare that empty pending screen we had a second ago to the fully populated object list, it's night and day. We just repeat those exact same object creation steps for airflow, room temp, v_min, v_max. You get the idea. By relying entirely on the datasheet, we're building a comprehensive profile for the VAV box. It's just a highly logical, step-by-step translation from paper straight into the software.
All right, Section 5, BACnet IP server setup. With the client side totally locked in, we need to verify that those local points are actually broadcasting up to the wider server network. This next part is just a couple of clicks, but it's a vital sanity check. Back on that left-hand navigation menu, under Protocol Settings, you're just going to click on BACnet IP Server Settings. All we're doing here is verifying the final server-side representation of all the hard work we just did.
And just look at that. Those localized MSTP points for VAV23, they are now neatly organized, fully translated, and sitting pretty on the BACnet IP network. You can see them right alongside other device points like the energy meter data. The gateway did its job. It completely bridged the gap, making our legacy device visible to the modern network.
Almost done. Section 6. Apply final settings. Time to push all of this to the actual NewroCon hardware.
Okay, listen up, because this is absolutely crucial. Do not skip this step. As we click through the interface, you might have caught those little yellow warning banners at the bottom saying, "Draft saved. Please apply final settings and restart the device to take effect." Yep, everything we've done so far, it's just sitting as a draft in your browser session. It is not actually running on the device yet. To actually commit the changes, you have to go to the Save and Restart page on the left menu. Here, you'll hit Apply Settings and then click Restart. What you want to see is the device configuration, client configuration, and server configuration all showing a bright green checkmark with the word Applied. Once you see that, you know for sure your configuration is live.
And there you have it, the whole shebang. By methodically moving from the datasheet, setting up the converter, dialing in the client MSTP details, creating the objects, and checking the IP server, we completely bridge the gap. And the best part? This chronological method works for pretty much any legacy device integration. So, I'll leave you with this. What other legacy systems are hiding in your infrastructure, just waiting to be brought into the modern era? Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and happy integrating.